Hey everyone, I've got a quick question for you. A pretty deep one, I must say. Do you have someone in your life who you can confide in? If you're still thinking, then I think I and my team have got somewhat a solution for you. To lessen the pain? Maybe. Okay, hear me out. Pandemic has brought a real focus on mental and emotional well-being of students who are mostly remotely bound and have little to no social interactions. Since they are so much exposed to the screens, we harness the power of technology to aid mental health. I am Trisha Bhattacharya, the founding CEO at Moderator, and is today joined by our other founders Tushar, the technical head, Yash, the design head, Tanya and Mohammed Ali, the marketing and outreach heads, Shubrant, the finance head, Sudeshna, the operations head, Shivansh, the HR head, and Weber, the legal head. Our vision at Moderator is to become a one stop application for the VIT students to maintain their well being. It is to track moods in real time and accordingly offer nudges and reminders for corrective actions. It is based on an algorithm developed in house, which takes into consideration certain biological markers like blood pressure, heart rate, body temperature, pupil dilation, etc., along with digital interaction patterns tracked through haptics, search histories, use of certain emojis and languages, voice pattern, etc. While the app tracks various user parameters, we will be guided by local privacy disclosures and permissions. Coming to stakeholders, the front end of this app will nudge users to consider various recommendations which are externally available through commercial considerations. Brand building. Looking at the existing players in this space, we at Moderator would like to leverage our USP, that is being part of the student community at VIT and service distinction. In our initial days at Moderator, we intend to leverage internal engagement opportunities with student communities, with internal events, campus branding, and through various student groups. Besides the founding members of Moderator, our talents come from different technical and business schools. Revenue model. We recognize the challenges associated with fundraising for any new startups. We plan to have a holistic revenue making model for Moderator through in app advertisements, purchases, and sponsorships, and external partnerships with our service providers such as the music platforms, health food providers, etc. We plan to be transparent in our communications with our stakeholders and work towards customer satisfaction together. Apart from initial personal contributions, we want to raise seed fundings from some family members and at a later stage from crowdfunders and angel investors. Talking about our corporate social responsibilities, we would like to start with small steps but with definitive intent. In our growing along with Moderator, we intend to take along all concerned stakeholders like the end users at VIT, our partners, and service providers, the larger communities at VIT, such as the student groups and welfare bodies, and society at large to spread awareness around holistic well being and mental health. I now invite our functional heads to dive deep into our venture. Over to you, Tushar, our technical head.
Hello everyone, I am Tushar Singla, the technical head of Moderator. And as a technical head, I am responsible for organization's development as well as technical needs and overseeing the development of technology for external customers, vendors, and other clients to help improve our business. My responsibilities are firstly, the development and maintenance of backend part of the app, which includes working of the chatbot, messenger facilities, lifestyle scheduler, premium feature, and secondly, communicating with other departments. First comes the working of the app. This app works solely for the purpose of helping and lightening the mood of the individual. This app is actually based on an AI powered chatbot, which is combined with neural networks, which works as a brain for our app. Now, what exactly is a chatbot? A chatbot is a computer program that is designed to simulate human conversations. People communicate via chat or via voice, like they're talking to another person. Chatbot can remember the context of these conversations, and with the help of these conversations, they understand their user preferences. They use a combination of NLP, ML, and AI algorithms to understand their user in a better way. Moving on, how these chatbots actually work. With the help of NLP, each sentence provided to a bot is broken down into individual two words, which are called tokens, and each token is used as an input for the neural networks. As the time passes, these networks becomes more stronger and stronger, and they provide better answer for the user questions. Let me give an example. If you say, "Hello, my name is Tushar," then this bot will break down this sentence into tokens, and after processing these tokens, it will respond back as, "Hello Tushar, how may I assist you?" Next comes the messenger part. Some people find talking to other people more effective rather than a bot. So we have a messenger facility which will help one to interact with other people who have faced similar kind of issues. So they can feel better like when they know that some people have also faced these kind of issues and they have already cope up with that. Moving on to the scheduler part, we have a feature called Lifestyle Scheduler, which will help you provide suggestions for a certain number of days, maybe a couple of days or so, like what kind of movies you should try, kind of music, kind of books, or even some sport activities, so that user can take their mind off from their problems. These suggestions will be based on the feedback provided by the user, which will have questions like, "How is the mood today? Are you feeling or tensed or depressed about something?" Lastly, we have a premium feature, which will grant you access to talk to a professional therapist who will be directly counseling you either by a video call or by a chat, whatever way suits the user. And the main purpose of this feature is to make the user open up completely about their problems so that they can feel much better about it. Moving on to the last part, communicating with other departments. I will be communicating with the HR in regarding the hiring people for technical department. And moreover, I will be in direct contact with our market research team so that I'll know about the people's and investors' mindset about the app, like what kind of changes are required, are there any new upgrades to be needed. Then finally, I will be coordinating with our design department to understand many things like how to make our app more and more easy to handle for our users. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Yash Kumar Verma, and I take care of design, user experience, and product at the company. Now, these three are very closely related fields, and the reason why people actually stay on the application is user experience, especially when there's a lot to do on the soft side of things. You can spend any amount of money to run thousands of ads, get celebrities, but at the end of the day, what user exactly feels matters. Now, user experience is very important for us. Why? Let's take a very quick example. If I ask you to open a food ordering application, some of you might open Swiggy, some might open Zomato. Now, what makes you pick the first application? Interesting question, right? Now, on what basis did you pick the application? The answer is pretty simple. How you feel about the application, how you experience the application. They all have the same restaurants, they all provide the meals at somewhat the same price, and the user resources are same and the final destinations are same. Still, people make choices. If we have to make this comparison in a different industry, it might be Ola versus Uber, Paytm versus PhonePe, and maybe on the housing side, we have Oyo, Make My Trip, Trivago, Booking, every company dealing all with almost the same users, the same resources, and doing the same stuff, just different user experience. Now, what exactly is the science behind user experience? What makes you like a particular application, use it more, and what makes you stay on the application? Now, the one single word answer to that is subconscious. Again, an example. If I have to roll out a new feature, the engineering team would get 8 new developers, they would define a timeline, and by the end of the week, I'll get the feature. But if you have to create a design system for the application, a design flow for the application, or how your user feels inside the application, there's no single rule. It has to be adaptive. It has to be aware of the surroundings. It has to be aware of the user's mood. The placement of the button will actually decide the retention in the application, or the color in which the application is themed will define how the user maybe uses the app or maybe uninstalls the app. For example, if you've had a very tiring day, do you really want to see an application which has very flashy colors? Or if you've had a very dull day, do you really want to see an application which with just bland colors? The onboarding steps should be as minimal as possible. The user is actually in pain and you do not want to increase their pain, right? And since we're dealing with mental health, all the actions or all the recommendations that we make to the user, they have to be very subtle. You cannot show flashy pop-ups or uh, alert sounds or something like that. Okay, so you've had a very sad day, you lost your job. Okay, watch this video, you'll be all right. We cannot do that. It does not work like that. Now, if you pay attention to the mock-ups that we have in front of you, you see we are focusing more on the UX side, and you see less of the UI here. We're trying to hide the details as much as possible. The application looks very simple. There are no likes or dislike counters. You do not see a top music chart, how many people are liking this music. No, we have strictly removed all that. There's no peer pressure elements. There's no FOMO, no fear of missing out. You have your own tracks, your own goals, and your own achievements. Next, we have the gamification. Now, this comes under the product side of things. And again, let's discuss it with a quick example. All it would do is suggest the user activities and then reward them with something that they like. For example, if there's someone who enjoys Korean drama a lot, and most of the time, what they do is they just sit alone and binge watch it. The application can recommend them to connect with people who have similar interests, who watch similar stuff. The chatbot can ask them a quiz or maybe a trivia question about that is engaging to them. A hardcore gamer, we all know that gamers are known to sleep very less and play games all night long. So what if you provide some bonus in game for sleeping more than 7 hours for a continuous week? That would definitely encourage people to sleep more, even if they want to do better at games. Crypto enthusiasts, very financially literate people, you can give them an NFT, a non-fungible token, for completing 10-kilometer walk in a week. So all these things are tiny additions which can actually promote user to take other choices. Now let's move on to the demo that we have. Clicking on the application will open the keyboard as required. You click on sign up, you move on to the login screen. Again, if you don't have an app, if you have an account, you log into the application, and then that's how you see the clean UI that we have. There are no likes, dislikes, no charts or anything, just the music that's being recommended, again, on the actions of the technical team on the various factors. And on the downside, you see the trending songs, the new songs that have come up. And at the bottom, you see favorites. For example, if you've enjoyed a song very much, it could be seen over here. Now, if you see, okay, on the right side, you have a sleep tracker, uh, which is part of the scheduler that was discussed. You press on the sleep button, and this way you can very quickly track how your sleep record has been through the previous week. Now, this can be very helpful in understanding how the user has felt in the previous week. Now, there's also a chatbot that we have in the application, and the UI for that will look somewhat like this. The text has been replaced by placeholder text, citing privacy reasons. This is how the UI of the application will look. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Tana Gupta and I'm the marketing strategist and the marketing head. Our product, Moodrater, aims at aiding to the mental health of the people during the pandemic by analyzing a person's mood and through various ways and recommending them songs, movies, places to visit and eat according to their needs. For price, we would offer a premium feature which includes getting in contact with a therapist for a monthly subscription of 500 rupees. We would also offer discount coupons on various activities suggested by our app. As our main target is college students, so the placing of our app will be in VIT, and then we would later on expand our horizons to other colleges and places. We will be using social media platforms for reaching NPR events. For promotions, we would use various social media platforms and give ads according to the age group, area, language of the people that use them. For example, Facebook is now used by people over the age of 35, and Instagram is used by more of the people of the younger age, and Twitter is used by a mixture of both. We will give ads in their own native language. We will use Instagram reels and hashtags, collaborate with influencers for paid and unpaid promotions, and increase our reach. We will use AI and Google Sense to give behavior driven recommendations to our users and hence produce target ads. We will make the SEO of our site such that it reaches a larger audience. Our main target audience is college students of VIT. So we will sponsor and collaborate with clubs and various clubs and chapters of our college where students will get to know about us. For physical visibility, we will put up posters in and around the campus and host events in the college. We will start blogs and host podcasts by therapists and mental health experts. We will send mass emails and we will offer discount coupons and giveaways to attract more people. Now, coming to the micro and the macro factors of our application. In the micro factors, we have customers. That is the most important part of our business cycle. It is very much necessary to satisfy customers through good service and various offers, and we aim to do so. As we all know, employees are the backbones of our company, and they should be provided with perks and benefits to keep them in good spirits. A public view is the decider factor of our company. Therefore, a good public marketing is important, and we aim to do so. Company's cost is the company's cost. The working budget for the company depends upon all the factors. Therefore, it is very important to have a stable budget. Now coming to the macro factors, technology being a very important part of the company's operation. Therefore, companies are adapting to major technologies for their services. In the political, considering the legal and political issues, there are no legal and political issues relating to our company as we have everything in accordance with the government's laws and policies. There are no disasters that will there are no natural disasters that will affect our services. Now, and the demographic and the social issues play a positive role in the company's development and can be a deciding factor. So we target the younger audience and we keep their requirements in mind. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sheikh Mohammad Ali Akbar, registration number 19BCE0738. I am working as market research, investor relation and public relation for our Moderator app. My main objective includes to create a strong brand name, to create a good image of my organization. My responsibilities as market research include to do a market research and see how other apps which are similar to us are working and what kind of strategies they are implementing, to find out our competitors in market, analyzing their work, and finding and implementing the ways to improve our service, that is our app, in a competitive manner. For market research, the most important thing is SWOT analysis. So coming to SWOT analysis. Yeah. So the first factor of SWOT analysis is strength. We are not taking any subscription charges from our user unless the user wants the premium access, which includes the meeting with therapist. This will make customer to choose our app over the other mood detecting apps. The second factor is weakness, as it is a new thing. So there might be some sort of hesitation for the people who are new for the idea of mood monitoring app. We can overcome this weakness with the help of marketing and promotion. Campaigning will play a vital role in this, making people familiar to this app through the informative campaigns is the best way for this. As we are asking a number of permission from the users, the privacy issue might be a topic of concern. The third one is opportunities. So opportunities include generating a revenue by advertising small businesses related to our product and service. So this is done by suggesting our user some kind of product or services they can buy to improve their mood, which is the main idea of our app. So lastly, coming to threats. A threat is to our organization, maybe from the competitors which are already established in the market and have a strong brand name. Other threats might arrive like keeping the user's information safe that we are taking from the app user. As a market research, my conclusion after using other apps and understanding their strategies is that our app uses a search history and voice recognition, which was not seen in most of the other apps. This feature makes it more precise in order to mood detection. So my other responsibilities are to maintain healthy relation with investor by providing them with statistical information about growth of organization, the revenue generated from advertising, increase in the number of user, To maintain users, we will take frequent feedbacks from the user about their experience while using the MoodRater app, what they like about our app, and what are their suggestions. So this was from my side. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Shubhrant and I'm the financial head at MoodRater. And as a financial manager, my responsibilities are to take care of all the important financial structure of the organization, and I'm the person in charge who should maintain a farsightedness in order to ensure that the funds are utilized in the most efficient manner, and my actions directly affect the profitability, growth, and goodwill of the firm. So my actions mainly involve raising of funds, allocation of funds, as well as profit planning and understanding the capital markets for the company. And in order to meet the obligation of the same, it is important for me to have enough cash and liquidity, and as well as maintain the flow between both of them. And that's what I lead the firm to do. So, as a financial head, starting initially by talking about investments. So the initial options of investments are obviously bootstrapping, venture capital, angel investors as well. However, the ideal investment option for us over here is angel investors, because what they do is take the company from the crib, invest in the initial phases, as well as hold their hands till they reach the higher stages like IPO and other stuff. That's exactly what our aim is. So our initial investment fund that we're going to take from them is going to be 10 lakh, and we're going to repay them 12 lakh for a tenure of 1 year. So additional stakes in the company are going to be allotted to them in the second year for them to hold our hands till IPO. So our expenses are divided into fixed costs and variable costs. And as examples are shown over here, our fixed costs are going to be salary, database management systems, and interns expenses. Our variable costs are going to vary from month to month, including marketing and commissions, etc. Our initial income sources are going to be premium purchases, premium in-app purchases, if I should say, as well as the number of downloads. However, most of our income is going to be confined from the premium purchases as well. So the budget in the initial phases of the company is going to be 40,000 per month for the CEO, 30,000 per month for the employees, 5,000 for the interns. As well as the salary expenses are going to be summed up to 3,10,000. Marketing budget is going to be 1,40,000. Additional expenses are going to be 1,50,000, and our total monthly expense for the initial phase of the company is going to be 6 lakh rupees per month, with the initial funds of 10 lakh in our pockets. So estimated application downloads chart is described over here, and this is the assumption that we are going to take in order to calculate our profit as well as monthly cash flow. So monthly financial plan for starting from January, first month is going to be an expense of 6 lakh rupees with the income zero. The premium services are available for free, obviously. So funds are going to be reduced to 4 lakh after reducing 6 lakh rupees. In February, we are going to have 800 downloads by the end of the month. So our income is going to be 800 into 500. 500 is the price of the premium, and our income is going to be 4 lakh. 15% is going to be reduced from it, and we are going to be left with 60,000 rupees. Our profit is going to be 3 lakh 40,000 rupees, which is again going to be reduced from expenses, and 2 lakh 60,000 rupees here is going to be reduced from our funds, which is going to be 1 lakh 40,000 at the end of February. Similar thing is going to happen in March, April, May, and June. Just like what I described for February is going to happen. March is going to see 1,100 number of premium purchases. Our income is going to be 5,50,000, 15% reducing, going to give us a profit of 4,67,000, and which is going to be reduced from 6 lakh, and we're going to have 1,30,500 reduced from our funds. Same is going to happen in April, May, in June. However, the tables are going to turn, because our income is going to, our profit, if I should say, is going to exceed our expenses. We are going to have an income of 1,700 downloads into 500, 8,50,000. 15% reducing, we are going to be left with a profit of 7,22,000, which is going to be reduced, from which the expense is going to be reduced, since our profit is more. So 1,22,000 is going to be our profit, and our funds are going to be added to it, and we are going to have 1,27,500 by the end of June. Similar thing happens in July, August, and September. By the September, we are going to have 3,500 premium purchases. Multiplying by 500 is going to be 15 lakh rupees. 15% of the income is going to be 2,25,000. Reducing it from the income, we are going to be left with a profit of 12,75,000. And we are going to have a profit of 6,75,000, reducing the expenses from it, and our funds are going to be added to it. So we are going to have 15 lakh 14,000 rupees by the end of September. Here we are going to pay back our investment from angel investors, 12 lakh rupees as I have talked about earlier. So our funds are going to be 3 lakh 14,000. From here we are going to have a new budget because we are going to have new increased payment for our hired employees. We are going to hire new employees. We are going to have new pay for employees 40,000 per month. A new salary for CEO is going to be 60,000 per month, as well as we are going to expand the marketing budget and technical costs, leading us to a new budget which is as follows: 60,000 per month for the CEO, 40,000 per month employee salaries. Our salary expenses are going to be 7 lakh rupees. The marketing budget is going to be 2,50,000 per month. Additional expenses are going to be 2,50,000. It includes a lot of expenses that I've already talked about. So, following the same pattern in October, November, and December, we see the expenses have risen to 12 lakh rupees. Our income is going to be 5,000 by the end of the December month, and we are going to have an income of 25 lakh rupees. 15% of it is going to be 3 lakh 75,000 rupees, which is going to be reduced from the income, and we are going to have a profit of 21 lakh 25,000 rupees, which is going to taken out from the expenses 9 lakh 25,000 rupees, and our funds are going to be 24 lakh 52,400 rupees by the end of December, the first year. So this is the financial plan for the first year, obviously. Financial plan of second year is going to have a new budget, lot of new things, increasing the funds, as well as we are going to provide the stakes for the stakeholders as well as angel investors so that they hold our hands till the IPO. This is the financial plan for Moderator, and thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I am Sudeshna Ghati and I am the operations head of Moderator. Operations must wear many masks. While the CEO of the company is involved in the external matters, the operations head looks into the internal matters of the company and reports it to the CEO. Operation is a work of managing the inner working of the business so that it runs as efficiently as possible and to ensure proper functioning of different team members and maintain a hospitable environment. My basic work includes developing, implementing, and monitoring day-to-day operational system, building and maintaining relationship with all department head, external partner, and vendors to make sure the decision is made right regarding operational activity and strategic goals, planning, monitoring, and analyzing key metrics for the day-to-day performance of the operation, devising strategies to ensure growth of programs enterprise-wise. My basic duty falls into four core areas: finance, people, legal compliance and corporate GRC, and business operation. Operational finance, at its most simple, can be boiled down to making sure the employees and vendors get paid. At this stage, I will be selecting and setting up the necessary software for accounting, payment, payroll, etc., along with my finance department. Create a system for bill pay, issue and collect invoices, handling employee expense claim, payment of salaries, etc. Management level finance. My responsibilities include setting forecast, creating an operating budget, managing the starter burns rate. At an early stage, it also includes reporting growth numbers and financial overviews to the investors. Eventually, this will include creating accurate report for a board. People operations. As an early stage of the startup, my work include hiring and be responsible for creating an onboarding process to create an insensitive structure and to make a system to track and manage performance. Finally, and most importantly, to design and build and empower a strong HR policy and make sure the workplace is safe. In terms of legal and compliance, since initially the starter will be on VIT, my responsibilities include setting the right business structure for our company, secure permission by VIT administration, carry out monthly audit, and prepare the annual report, understand the rules and regulations within our campus. In terms of business operation, my work include fundraising, corporate development, and business strategy. All the members will be directly reporting to me as I single handedly won't be able to keep a check on each department. Small matters like hosting an office party may not be sanctioned by me every time. Rather than that, a set of rules and regulations can be set and those can be followed. But pressing matters like sanctioning a deal or making a budget for the year or even confirming employment of a set of employees will go through me. That's all on my part. Now over to Shivansh.
Hello, sir. Myself Shivans, as an human resource head of Moderator. There are basic six responsibilities for an HR. First, recruitment of the employees, payroll and appraisal, and training and development, resolving conflict, the coordinating employee wellness, developing workplace atmosphere. Hiring, recruitment of employees. We can do the recruitment in the four process. First, through social media campaign and on Facebook, Twitter, etc. Second, through our famous app like LinkedIn, HireAct, etc. And the third, we use emailing and cold messaging. And the fourth is the most famous one through job portals like LinkedIn, Quicker, and Indeed, Naukri.com, ResDex, etc. The payroll structure which we have decided with consultation of the finance department is for CEO, the basic salary would be around 20,000. IT declaration per year is 12,000. Allowances to be given in the form of HRA is 8,000, others as 12,000. The deduction to be made like around 1,800 for PF and 157 rupees for ESI and 200 rupees for profession tax. The net amount would be around 37,842 rupees. Similarly, for other employees and interns as well, the basic salary for other employees is 15,000, and for interns, it's around basic salary is 5,000. The appraisal parameter which I would be like to use during appraisal after 8 months will be the attendance, the efficiency, how the person is doing the work and everything, and the timely work, and awards and social activeness in the organization. Third, resolving conflict. In the organization, there are two types of conflicts usually occurs. First is departmental conflict and second is personal level conflicts. In the department, conflicts can be resolved by having a joint meeting, voting method, taking advice from the senior employees by consultation of CEOs and other managing director. Personal issues can be resolved by taking them personally and make them understand their point of views and asking them to negotiate as well. Fourth, and coordinating employee wellness. Feedback is the best way of ensuring that the employee is having a good time in the organization. One-on-one interaction with the HR can also help to improve the coordinating employee wellness. Employee retention ratio should be very low in an organization. Personal support can be given during illness or when lady is pregnant, etc. Developing workplace atmosphere. In order to develop a workplace atmosphere anyway, we should give awards to the employees like employee of the month, etc. Weekend outings, maybe they are creating small teams in order to make them understand the importance of working together. Leadership board we should be there, and it will help me during appraisals also. Giving opportunities to everyone to lead in our organization. For the training and development, I'll try to conduct workshop for training of employees like PIP programs, organize seminars to introduce new technologies to the employees, create an atmosphere where non-tech guys learn about tech stuff, and similarly for others also. Future plan is to include our app features on our employees as well, which helps me to know about the stress levels, and I can make strategies to overcome the stress and increase the efficiency of the organization. Thank you, sir.
Moving to legal department, as a legal advisor, my work would be to oversee all the clients and vendor contracts, helping the company in providing guidance and about law and contracts. So my work would essentially involve to make contracts such as between employee and employer companies, and making forming a disclaimer and privacy policies which are mandated by law. Now, when as you see, this is our sign up page. Where whichever user wants to log into our app, has to register through this page. So you can see there are, it's mentioned that by clicking sign up, he agrees to our terms and conditions. So which user can look into after clicking here. So when he clicks here, it'll take him to the document which mentions our, as you can see here, consent. So we take consent from the user that he agrees to our privacy policies. So this is the information which we collect from them to make their experience better, to add additional features, to give them recommendation using that feature. So we mentioned that, and how we use their information is also mentioned here. Then how we log file is also mentioned here. Cookies, which basically stores the information that user gives into the website. And these are the advertising partners which we'll be using in our application, and their privacy policies, which are indicated by the links as well. And third party, we have also mentioned that we will have third party applications involved. So even their privacy policies will be mentioned in this section. So coming to terms of use. So basically, terms of use is a document which tells them what they can do and what they cannot do. So user can use the website for their own benefit, but they cannot claim any part of the content they provide or they use. So that will be mentioned here. Disclaimers is mentioned here. Limitation on liability, copyright policy, because people tend to claim the code or website design they made here. And contact information in case they need any help, as there are a lot of legal loopholes which people can exploit. So they can contact us through this information. And also copyright and trademarks, yeah. So all the copyright will be registered, like codes and website designs will be registered, will try to patent it. But yeah, so this is it for legal. So yeah, thank you.